G'day, welcome to Todd's Kitchen. Not too long ago I made Irish cream filled brandy snaps, and it was a delicious recipe, but it turns out you can't buy brandy snaps in every country. I just assumed you could, so I apologise for that. And a lot of people said they were disappointed because they thought they were going to learn how to make brandy snaps. So I don't like to disappoint, so join me today as I make my version of brandy snap cases. Okay, so to start off with, I have a pot on the stove on a medium heat, and to that I'm going to add 125 grams of butter, or 1 stick. Then half a cup of molasses, then a quarter cup of brown sugar, and a quarter cup of white sugar. And we're just going to continuously stir this over a medium heat until everything is completely dissolved and mixed well together. But it's very important to make sure you're constantly stirring it. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring this up to a slight boil, a bit more than a simmer, and we're just going to let it simmer away for exactly 1 minute. Okay, so as you can see, it is now bubbling on top, so we're just going to let that cook away for exactly 1 minute. Then after that 1 minute, we're going to take it off the heat. Okay, so I've just taken it off the heat, so to that we're going to put in our ginger, our ground ginger. Now I'll leave a list of ingredients in the description. Then 3/4 cup of plain flour, and a pinch of salt. And just quickly stir that through until it's well combined. Okay, so once that's stirred through, our final ingredient is a tablespoon of brandy. Now it is an optional ingredient of course, but just remember, they're called brandy snaps for a reason. Okay, so next I've got a baking tray here and I've just lined the base with some non-stick baking paper. So we're going to get about a tablespoon of our mixture and just dab that just onto our baking sheet. So you only need a small amount, this will spread quite a bit. So make sure you leave plenty of room between each brandy snap that you're making. Okay, so once done, we're going to place these into a preheated oven at 160 degrees Celsius or about 325 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 minutes. And basically once they've doubled, tripled in size, when you see bubbles forming on top, that means they're ready to take out. Okay, so I've just taken them out of the oven. As you can tell by the patterns, they have been bubbling in the oven. So what I'm going to do is just let them cool down for about a minute or so. It just makes them easier to handle. But while it's cooling down, just grab something round like this. This is a handle of a mixer that I have. And I've just oiled it with some cooking spray oil. Okay, so we're going to grab the first one here. Just lightly pull it up. Just like that. And I'm just going to grab our handle and we're just going to roll it around. Just tap it down. It's a little warm, but it's not too hot that's going to burn you. Assuming you don't keep your fingers pressed against it. Okay, so just let that cool down on the rod here for about a minute or so. Then, because it's greased, we should be able to just pull it straight off. Okay, so it's been about a minute, so just slide it off just like so. And there we have our case. And you'll find that I'll actually hold its shape just like that. So we're just going to continue on until they're all done. And there we have it. Now I've just filled them up with some fresh cream and I've given them a light dusting of icing sugar. So they look pretty much exactly the same as the ones I used before, the ones I brought from a store. The only difference is, as I'm sure you've noticed, they are bigger. But that simply comes down to the size of the rod that you're going to use to mold the shapes. Now if you haven't seen my video for the Bailey's cream filling for these brandy snaps, I'll leave a link down below. Just follow that and I'll show you my recipe on how to make your own Bailey's tasting filling. But let's just give one a try just to make sure it's spot on. No, that is spot on. The only difference between the home cooked version and the one that I brought from the shops is the cases are slightly thinner, but it does make it easier to chew. It really, really does. So I encourage you to try and make your own. And if you follow my recipe on how to make your own Bailey's cream filling, I know you will find that it's going to taste simply delish. So if you do happen to make them, please put a photo up on my Facebook page. And as always, a list of ingredients down below, as well as links to my Facebook, Twitter and Home Handy Hints channel where I put up 3 new Home Handy Hints videos every single week. And until then, please give this video a massive thumbs up, leave a comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time for another delicious recipe.